Welcome to Psychology Decoded Mind, where thoughts are weapons, silence is strategy, and the mind is the battlefield. This is not just psychology. This is power decoded. Remember, in a world full of noise, the one who controls the mind controls everything.
I don't forgive because I never forget. My silence isn't peace, it's precision. Every betrayal I remember becomes a weapon I sharpen. This isn't hatred, this is strategy. They say forgiveness is divine, let it be. Divinity belongs to the dead. The living have no such luxury. We do not forgive, we remember, we adapt, we strike. I've watched empires fall not from enemy blades, but from the softness of their rulers' hearts. A prince who forgives traitors invites more betrayal. A man who forgets his wounds ensures they bleed again. Let the clergy preach forgiveness. They need obedience. But the ruler, the strategist, the survivor, he must remember. For memory is power. Every offense is a map. Every betrayal, a blueprint. You do not win by being noble. You win by being necessary. And nothing is more necessary than remembrance. Forgive without calculation, and you surrender advantage. You whisper to your enemies, "Harm me, I won't resist," and they will, again and again, until you're gone. A man who forgives once will be asked to forgive forever, but the man who remembers is feared. He is ruled not by impulse, but consequence. Let them believe you're gracious. Let them beg, smile, nod. Embrace them if the game demands it, but etch their name into your mental ledger, not to punish rashly, to settle the account when it serves you best. That is power. That is Machiavellian. Vengeance is not rage, it is balance. Forgiveness isn't freedom, it's surrender. The man who remembers isn't bitter. He's prepared, and in politics, war, and life, preparation is survival. What fool returns to the mouth that once devoured him and calls it healing? The wise man studies the beast, learns its hunger, sharpens his blade in silence. He doesn't post pain for sympathy, he refines it into steel. Betrayals are not mourned, they are mastered. A prince must be a fox to see the trap, a lion to frighten the wolves. Forgiveness pulls the teeth from both. If your enemy believes he can betray you without cost, you are not feared. You are forgotten, and to be forgotten is death to power. The greatest revenge, not destruction, resurrection. Rise so high your name becomes thunder in the minds of those who wronged you. And you do that through memory. Write nothing in sand, inscribe it in stone. Those who hurt you will beg for peace once they see you've grown untouchable. But peace without justice is a pause, not resolution. And I say this not from hatred, but precision. There are two kinds of memory. One keeps you chained to the past. The other builds your throne from it. Choose the second. Choose to remember with purpose. Become the architect of consequences, not the victim of repetition. Every wound you've taken is a lesson. Every betrayal, a manual. Those who wronged you, they wrote your playbook. Burn it with forgiveness, and you burn the wisdom. Remember, and you use it. Don't be the noble fool. Don't discard pain for the illusion of healing. Real healing is transformation, becoming untouchable through understanding. Forgiveness may ease your heart, but memory arms your mind, and the mind wins wars the heart cannot endure. Remember the lies, the disloyalty, the ones who clapped when you fell, not to hate, but to never trust again. In politics, a second chance is a second opportunity to be assassinated. Life is no different. Your enemies will dress guilt in roses. They'll call you cruel for remembering. Let them. Their fear of your silence is confirmation you've grown. Forgiveness is for saints, and sainthood is paid in martyrdom. But you're not here to be martyred. You're here to win, to rule, to dominate. And for that, you need memory. Cold, exact, unforgiving. When the moment is right, when your throne is secure and their shields are down, deliver justice, quiet, elegant, final, and never speak of it again. That is how power moves. That is how kings endure. That is the Machiavellian mind. Forgiveness is weakness. Memory is strength. They'll say you carry grudges. Let them. That's the guilty projecting their fear. It's not you they fear. It's your memory. It reveals what they hide. Your silence is their mirror, a mirror they cannot bear. They'll call you cold, hoping you doubt yourself. Don't. Their accusations prove your strength. The weak forgive to feel righteous. The strong remember to avoid ruin. This world doesn't reward the pure. It rewards the precise. Memory is strategy's foundation. A prince who forgets invites invasion. A leader who pardons betrayal breeds disloyalty. Do not let pity soften discipline. Sentimentality is the death of kings. To rule your life, your mind, your empire, you must abandon the need to be liked and embrace the need to be feared or, at minimum, respected. Respect isn't built with mercy. It's built with boundaries. Boundaries you enforce, not negotiate. Every offense is data. Every insult, evidence. Every betrayal, a lesson. When someone lies, believe them the first time. When they betray, reward them with absence. This isn't cruelty, it's clarity. And clarity is ruthless. No illusions, no false hope, just truth. Power lives there. Don't confront your betrayers. Let them speak into your silence. Let absence scream louder than anger. But within your mind, build a vault. In that vault, forget nothing. Your memory is your fortress, your discipline, your army, your composure, your weapon. When they return, as they always do, they must face a version of you that no longer grants entry. That is victory. Forgiveness may comfort you now, but memory builds your empire. You can't lead with softness in a world of wolves. Be polite, yes. Civilized, absolutely. But beneath your smile must lie the full record of what they did, ready to guide every move. Never let the same hand strike twice. Never let the same voice whisper poison. Never let the craving for peace outweigh your need for strength. Peace bought by forgetfulness is a ticking clock. Power built by memory, eternal. This world forgets the weak. It remembers the quiet, calculating, resilient soul who rose not by forgiving, but by mastering. So be kind, not naive. Be wise, not passive. Forgive only when it strengthens your position. And always, always remember, forgetting is a luxury of fools. This is legacy, not built on what hurt you, but on what you will never allow again. Let others preach mercy. Let them wave white flags while they bleed. But you wave no flag. You carry memory, not for reckless war, but for silent, precise rule. That is power. Never surrender it, never soften it, never forget. Because forgiveness is for the weak. You remember everything. A man who remembers never chases revenge. He becomes it. His presence, his silence, his success. None of it is coincidence. It's execution. Clean, cold, calculated. True leadership doesn't raise its voice. It doesn't punish every slight. It remembers, publicly, quietly, relentlessly. A prince who forgets is devoured by his court. A man who forgives too much becomes sport for enemies. But a ruler who remembers, he's feared, even in silence. People don't fear punishment. They fear consequence. And nothing creates consequence like weaponized memory. Whether it's a business, a family, or your own mind, you must know. People test limits. They study what you tolerate. Every time you forgive without correction, you teach them to go further. Betrayal doesn't always arrive with fireworks. It slips in through jokes, through mistakes, through small disrespects disguised as slips. And every time you let it slide, you whisper, "I am forgettable." But when you remember, when you nod and log it, you become dangerous. That's leadership, not rage, not tears. Memory, controlled, cold, calm. Even in love, this applies. Love is not blindness. Loyalty is not amnesia. The one who wounds you with patterns, not accidents, must be met with your coldest silence. Don't explain. Don't beg. Just walk, like the emperor of your own life. You don't always punish with fire. Sometimes you punish by thriving where they can never reach again. But to do that, you must remember, forgive them, and you invite the storm again. Forget, and you become its next casualty. Revenge is not noise. It is becoming untouchable. When your enemies realize you don't hate them, but remember them, that is when they fear you most. Hate fades. Memory sharpens. Machiavellian revenge isn't about breaking them. It's building yourself so completely they vanish in comparison. They see your face in rooms they can't enter, in levels they never reach, in silences where they once held your trust. That's justice. That's power. You're not here to be merciful. You're here to be monumental. So remember who crossed you, who used you, who smiled while cutting you open. Then rise, not with rage, but refinement. You owe no one forgiveness. You owe yourself memory, sharp, purposeful, relentless. Because this world doesn't remember who forgave. It remembers who never fell for the same trick twice, who built empires from betrayal, who never forgot. To remember isn't to suffer. Weak men suffer. Strong men study. People chase forgiveness because they are undisciplined. Their pain overwhelms. Their emotions scream, and so they forgive, thinking it will silence the chaos. Machiavelli would laugh. Forgiveness is emotional laziness. Memory is mental warfare. If you want mastery, train for it. Your memory is your private army. Give it structure. Don't hold grudges. That's chaos. Hold data. Track patterns. Document offenses. Study betrayal, not for drama, for clarity. Every wound is a case file, not to relive, but to evolve. This is how power is built, not with mercy, but with psychological armor. Replay the moments, not for pain, but analysis. Why did I let this happen? What did they see in me? What flaw did they exploit? When you start thinking this way, your past becomes a weapon. Your scars become strategy. Control emotion, not by numbing it, but by never letting it steer the wheel. Feel everything, react to nothing until the moment is right. That is Machiavellian. Let the weak scream. Let them cry. Let them forgive. You refine. You calculate. You evolve. And when they ask, "Why are you so guarded?" smile. Because the ones who ask that are usually the ones who forced you to build the walls. You're not here to please, not here to play the victim. You are the architect of your own kingdom. And to do that, you must remember everything, especially the brutal, especially the betrayals, especially the nights you lay awake wondering how you got fooled. Don't forget those nights. Don't numb them. Study them. Write them down. Not just who hurt you, but how. And more importantly, how you allowed it. Once you know that, you're dangerous, because it will never happen again. And the world fears those who learn from pain, not drown in it. This is not vengeance. This is intelligence. This is memory, sharpened into steel, because the one who remembers wins. So when they ask why you're silent, why you walk away, why you don't engage, let them wonder, let them forget. But you remember everything, because forgiveness is for the weak. And you were never weak. You were just getting stronger, quietly.
If this video sparked something in your mind or gave you a new perspective, make sure to hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Tell us in the comments, what part hit you the hardest or made you think twice? And if you're into unraveling the deeper layers of the human mind, don't forget to subscribe to Psychology Decoded Mind. More powerful insights are coming your way.